saw Team Tickles. They ran the PA Lycan. Lycan has a very high win rate. It seems like this hero has not been nerfed enough since TI. You just need to pick him with the melee cores instead of the ranged ones.
Is that what they do on Arkosh?
No, they lose. They lose games on Arkosh.
I'm sure we'll talk a lot about Arkosh for no particular reason during this match itself.
Of course.
As Secret's actually already smoked up, so going to the high ground. I mean, based on paper alone, would you say, like, if you don't look at the teams, that you like Secret's lineup more, or you favor one or the other?
Yeah, I like Secret. I mean, I don't necessarily get the Witch Doctor. I'm kind of with the panel on that. Maybe it's that Puppy doesn't want to buy salves because, you know, that's what every support is doing. So that's probably it. He's a very greedy sort of support player, and he can make it work. But yeah, I really do like the Jug and the Lycan, and I think Nyx Invoker does so much damage. It offers so many things in the game. Ranged int heroes with Nyx, they're very complementary in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and Secret, obviously, based on their record, they're 2-3, not doing too hot, but I wouldn't say they're in a terrible spot in order to not get relegated. I think they're relatively safe. They just need to win one more match to kind of secure the middle of the pack, but that's not where Secret want to be, obviously. It's fun. It's going to take a little bit of damage here, but looks like actually the bounties 3 go to Secret this time around.
Yeah, I think Secret, they're feeling pretty comfortable. They started looking a lot better after their first couple of series. They've given good teams like a run for their money, but also they've been the hottest and coldest team, it seems, throughout this tour of the DPC in Western Europe. Maybe just barring Nigma, but Nigma's more like had this upward trajectory, whereas Secret has been like up and down.
Like a roller coaster, some would say.
Some might say that. You are correct.
Thanks, Jenkins. Really appreciate that. DNZ doing some harassment with that battery assault in the top lane. I mean, talk about mid lane, though. Sumail playing the Invoker. Noob playing the Queen of Pain, which the panel was talking about. Some think is one of the best, if not the best mids in the game right now. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, it just seems like Queen of Pain doesn't lose lane to anything. Even in the last series, we saw Queen of Pain solo killing a Puck, which a lot of players have cited as the best matchup versus the Queen of Pain. So it just seems like the OP new guy to pick in the mid lane.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because for so many years he was just ignored, or she was just ignored. Not that much has really changed, though. Like, you have the mobility to get the water runes, the Shadow Strike heals a little bit, but what do you think the reasoning is for her kind of reappearance into the scene?
Well, I'm terrible.
Or is it just like these micro buffs over the years finally adding up?
We asked Boom, actually, from Team Tickles, and he's like a huge Queen of Pain player, and he said he basically thinks the build was figured out. This Sanjin Kaya Aghanim Shard build just lets you do so many things that you couldn't do before. You're this like tanky, unkillable hero. People can't chase you because the Ag Shard, of course, silences from where you blink from, so the chase ability's not there, and usually the way you kill a Queen of Pain, she blinks in, she blinks out, you chase her on her blink, she's super low HP because she's squishy. It amps her magical damage, she's got constant silence. Yeah, it's basically the build, according to Boom, and I would agree. It does feel like the build is just super strong and set in stone.
That's interesting. By the way, I want to commend you for being so professional so far.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever had a conversation with you that has been this serious. It's quite a joy. I didn't know you were capable of being a human being as well.
It's the delay, the ping from here to, I don't know, wherever the hell you are, whatever terrible country you're in. It's pretty bad. It's like hard to shit on you like we normally do. With the delay, of course. Anyway, what was faking your illness like, Sunspan? Get out of the event. How was that? How did that go?
Yep, took a big green screen in the hospital. Pretty good stuff. Mid lane, back to the serious stuff, of course. Sumail, he's sitting on 11-1 versus a 17-4 of Noob, so actually losing the lane right now, which I guess should be to be slightly expected between these matchups. What about this off lane for Secret? You got Lycan, you got Nyx, double melee against Ursa, Clockwork, so 4 melee overall, but Feels like Ursa, Clockwork are god tier against melee. Is that kind of hold up in this lane as well?
Yeah, but you know, you also have the Nyx stun, which, of course, if you're in melee, it's going to be lots of heroes grouped up for that. Lycan's got the wolves that can bully and harass you if you're standing on the creep wave without pulling aggro. So, I don't know, it's just kind of a farm fest. These 2 melee versus 2 melee lanes are always hilarious. It's like a farm fest until one of them decides to try to kill the other, and then they usually end up dying for trying to kill the other.
Yep, I enjoy watching them quite a bit. Big beefy boys, as you like to say.
Oh yeah, they're juicy boys.
Is this an Ag Scepter game for Lycan? The old wolf fight for Mr. Juggernaut?
Yes.
Great answer, thank you. Man, if that was Cinder and he'd go off for like 2 minutes, about the most obvious shit possible. Bottom lane, Puppey looks like he's going to take potentially first blood. Gets the heal off though. No. Not going to be able to survive this. So first blood goes the way of Coolguys. And Nisha left to his own devices here. I mean, in terms of his CS though, if you want to compare carries, 24-4 versus Thugs 26-1. So still relatively even for the carries at least.
Yeah, the lanes across the board are kind of even. I mean, I suppose mid is... Noob's got a lot of denies, but he's getting harassed out here. Oh, maybe with a kill.
Oh, top lane, Ice gets absolutely shut down by Thug. Has that 1 level of Earth Shock now to slow down, and actually already has his Orb of Corrosion. So, I mean, this feels like now that you have this, it's going to be so hard to stand up to this Ursa.
Yeah, you know, like in classic non-boots buyer against a hero that is so profoundly strong if you are a slow melee hero, especially with that orb. Like, he's going to slow you to a crawl and just kill you.
Is there a point where you're like, you know what? Screw the convention. Let me just actually go boots on Lycan. Or do you just end up going to the jungle? It looks like bottom lane Puppey. Looks like he's going to take a fall again, but here comes the Blade Fury from Nisha onto Omar. Don't think this is going to be enough for the kill. He's going to have to waddle back to his safe lane, which is getting hit by this catapult right now.
Coolguys, they're playing the lanes really well here. And, I mean, to be honest, this is a team like Nigma who... They have been on an upward trajectory. Even in the games that they lose, like, they've been looking pretty decent as of late. And it's unfortunate for them that it's happening, like, right at the end of the tour, because they probably are going to end up getting relegated here unless they get a lucky tiebreaker. But, like, they've actually looked really good. I think this matchup is a lot more close than people would imagine.
Yeah. Well, part of it, I mean, a lot of these players are experienced, so maybe I'm just talking out of my ass here, but once there's little pressure or no pressure, you start to play a lot better. There's, you know, it frees up your mind. Just play Dota. Don't think too much. As top lane, Battery Assault onto Ice. You have a TP coming in from Yapzor, though. That's going to force DNZ back. Has the Impale ready to go. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Nisha has to use his Blade Fury again. Looks like they're actually using it aggressively with the Maledict, but it's not going to come to anything yet. So 3-0 advantage for Coolguys. 1K lead already at this early stage.
Yeah, Puppey's got a salve. They've got the double heal, the healing ward, and the Witch Doctor heal. I'm realizing this is definitely a situation where Puppey was like, okay, here's how we solve this salve meta. We'll just get 2 healers in the safe lane, and nobody has to buy salves. He ended up having to buy one anyway, but you know, it happened.
You sure he wasn't going through his cosmetics like, hey, I have a golden version of this item that heals?
Now that I'm thinking about it, it was definitely that, because also Nisha has the golden cat as well. So you are probably right with that, Zinderin.
That is some hardcore synergy right there. Actually going to scan the bottom lane, so Omar and Funnick not safe here, although Puppey is guessing the wrong direction. But there comes Nisha, again with the Blade Fury. Looks like Omar is definitely going to die thanks to the rotation of Sumail.
Noob's coming in hot, though.
He's going to get the roll off. Nisha doesn't have any mana for Omni Slash as Noob comes in with a nice Scream of Pain. Going to clean up one. He's going to get most of his mana drain, but looks like Puppey will be a sacrifice yet again. So Coolguys still getting a great trade out of this.
Yeah, fantastic counter rotation from Noob. And just so easy to make when you're doing this Blink Max build. You have incredible range on it and such a low cooldown that you can just get in and get out. Like, it used to be like you blink in and you're just committed, you're done, you know, but you can actually blink out now that people are maxing this and opting to skip the dagger for the most part.
That looks like Noob's going to get the Power Rune, which is the illusion this time. Nisha's going to take damage as a result of trying to actually contest here. His game is, I mean, it's not the worst still, but had to be forced out of lane into the mid lane now. And you can see 3 members of Secret top. So Ice has his helm, and this is where the push will start. Looks like Cog's gonna trap in Puppey. Might be a freebie here. Is finally gonna get out with the help. I mean, this is the problem with having so many melee heroes. Is killing those Cogs is a real nuisance. But DNZ has the Maledict applied, and will get chased down by Ice and company.
He's going down. Yeah, I mean, this is the part where Lycan starts to feel somewhat similar to like a Beastmaster, where if you don't bring a bunch of heroes up to this lane and contest him, he's just going to take the tower, take control of your entire jungle by putting those wolves out there and scouting. You can see Noob's actually up there. On the flip side, Funnick trying to deal with Sumail, who's just soaking some XP bot, but no, not going to commit or anything. Too much HP on Sumail.
And Noob now in his jungle, taking out some juicy creeps. About to hit level 9 here. As you can hear, Funnick get off that Rolling Thunder on the bot lane. Yapstar is TP'd for support. They get the lift, so they're going to get a couple stuns, but not a whole lot of damage followed. There's the Swashbuckle. Pops the Fairy Fire. Fade Bolt, almost enough to take him out. Sumail now getting chased by Funnick. A couple more right clicks will do, but he goes invis. There's the dust. It pops the wand. Somehow Sumail is living throughout all of this. Finally, shield crash from the other side of the trees. Ends up taking him out. It's a 1-for-1 as Funnick getting chased with the Maledict still applied, but the shield crash damage reduction is way too strong. So again, a great trade. I mean, ton of TPs from Secret, and they don't really come to fruition. They still lose Sumail.
Yeah, this is all kind of a result of Nisha TPing and taking mid, so Sumail's like, okay, well, I don't really want to go to this Ursa lane currently. Maybe when Ice has his levels, he has his ult, we can go there, and 20 seconds left on the cooldown for that, so it looks like Sumail does TP up there in anticipation of pushing the tower with the catapult. Funnick on the bot lane, same thing. Trying to get those catapult pushes going here.
By the way, what kind of... are you using a computer for this, or are you watching on production?
I am watching on production. I have a computer, though.
That's too bad. Okay. You should really use the computer and use the Beetles, the new creeps. They're really fun to watch. It really spices things up, you know what I mean?
Is that why you're getting all of your calls wrong here? You're like casting the other lanes that the camera's not on, so you can see the goddamn beetle.
Oh, yeah. No. The production for me is on a very small screen, which
I see.
Is because I'm using my own camera.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's fair, naturally.
I mean, it's better this way anyway. Production basically have an extra observer. That's
you just get the power to tell them where to go. That's what it's like.
Yeah. That's the secret. Is DNZ looks like he's going to be taken out by the Death Ward. Sonic Wave onto Nisha, but not going to be enough for a kill this time around. So Noob without his ult for another 2 minutes.
Yeah, Nisha had a big magic wand charge there, so he's just kind of debating it. Quap ulti down. That's probably the worst part there is these cooldowns being down. Or the cooldown, I should say.
I mean, at what point, I mean, we talked about Secret and their, I don't know if you want to call it power spike, but Ice is going to pop his ult. Looks like they want to aggress onto mid potentially. The Rolling Thunder being faked up by Funnick. There's a double damage here as well. The Centaur creep will die, so Ice's ult is all for naught. But it feels like from Secret's perspective, they want to push. Whereas Coolguys, at what point are they ready to fight, do you think? Or is it now?
Honestly, I feel like
amalgamating mid.
You can do casual pushes like this because he just used the ult on Lycan, so this is definitely a fine push just because of that, but it's more of like an opportunity thing. I don't think Coolguys needs to push by any means because Ursa has such a good matchup versus the 3 cores on Secret.
Ooh, hook shot from DNZ. And Sumail looks mega dead. Very easy kill for Coolguys as they extend their lead to 2K now.
And that's right in front of Roche. Thug is nearby. He does have a Morbid Mask, but no, they're not going to try to go for it. Oh, maybe they are.
Pretty juice. That's a big boy to take.
It's
no
a big
doubt
juicy
about
boy.
it.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that.
Tier 1 tower taking a little bit more chip damage from Coolguys. So you don't think there's any... what's the right word? Pressure for Coolguys to try to fight early to attempt to stop pushes in the future? Like, are they fine just trying to defend towers when they're being pushed?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think so. You're super comfortable late game here. You know, maybe like the Pango versus Jug matchup is not so good in late game, you could argue, but Ursa with the Basher, he's going to kill Invoker from full HP. Jug, same thing. Lycan, you can kill Lycan even if he's ulted. They have ways of killing the Lycan summons. We've seen the Pango, how effective that's been versus the summons. So, yeah, I feel like Secret wanted to come out a little bit ahead in the lanes if they want to play for the late game. And it's more on Secret to, like, do something with their timings.
DNZ is smoked. He has his hook shot available, and he's going to find Ice Ice Ice. Keeps him in the cogs instead of pushing him away to Thug. Ice 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 looks to be dead regardless, though. A couple more right clicks will suffice. And Thug will be finishing a Diffusal Blade in a couple hundred gold. So not looking to farm. Definitely want to fight a little bit more, as Noob will be going for the Kaya Sange. And then the other side, I believe Midas is... Oh, wow. I thought it was just finished, but no, still a couple hundred gold away for Sumail. This is a pretty late Midas.
Yeah. Already
has his earn, though, obviously.
He's been a couple hundred gold away a few times now, but just dying a couple of times, like right before getting it. It's rough for him, because he wants to start building into this Quas Exort. The Quas Wex situation, the rotating early, that's kind of ending. He's looking for a little bit more damage and carry potential. But you don't get there without a Midas.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We see the Death Ward going off in the bot lane. Funnick gets off the Rolling Thunder and will be able to TP to safety. So, couple ults there expended, but no deaths, as we're going to have a pause here. Good timing so you and I can catch up. How's life in Sweden?
Well,
what am I missing out on, Jenkins?
Pretty much nothing, if I'm being totally honest with you here. I'm not leaving the room. I don't think anybody else is either. No. We're a bunch of degenerates, I see. Despite what they might portray on, you know, I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious.
Everybody knows the truth behind the Dota scene. That's the big secret.
Yeah.
Degeneracy.
It's not that big.
Super understandable. Oh, it's a shame that the pause wasn't a little bit longer. I think that would have become a really good conversation eventually. Just gotta get the kinks out here. As looks like Thug is going for Roshan. Now this Diffusal Blade is online. You can see the hookshot connecting on Yapzor. Gets off the spike Carapace and a nice impale onto 2.
Big boy Lycan's coming in though.
Walk out of this. Yep, Ice 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 pops the ult. Roshan's not that low, and Thug is extremely low himself. Has his ult to work with though. Omar. Looks like he's going to get caught out. Sentry is placed, and he'll tick down to the Maledict. And, I mean, it's low enough that Secret can just take this now. Great timing from them.
Bit of a
That's a huge turnaround.
The Coolguys just feeling strong enough to walk in there. No kill.
Oh, he gets Spike Carapace. Good attempt, but it's going to cost him his life. Nisha gets the Aegis. And Secret, just like that, in literally 20 seconds have even up the game. Not that the lead was insurmountable by any means, but it was a good lead.
Dude, I don't know about you, but I feel like you can feel the anxiety in a game like this. Oh, here it is again.
Sunstrike, Noob, blinks out. Of course, it's not the highest level Sunstrike right now.
Yeah, I think it's literally level 1. Level 2, sorry. He has the Midas, so he did get level 2. Yeah, the play there, it's like, I feel like on a couple of the kills earlier, maybe you can go Roche.
Oh, hook shot into the tier 1 tower as Yapzor is getting chased by Thug, but it gets the basically perma-stun with the Spike Carapace into the Impale, and DNZ is destroyed.
Dude, Puppy
initiation is completely nullified.
Yeah, he's really keeping himself alive with the level 1 Voodoo Restoration. I've actually heard a few people talk about how underrated this ability is. Usually people talk about it for laning, but it does actually do a lot of healing for just a level 1 ability. Enough that it can throw you off, like, who you think you can kill, especially with a fluffy hat. It's like, he's actually kind of tanky.
Is this one of those theory crafting things that just happens to... I mean, they've obviously been scrimming with this, or else they wouldn't have picked it in official, but the panel was kind of confused by it, so good to see that it's working out for them. As you can see, the replay here, by the way, Jenkins, almost called you Cinderin, sorry about that.
It's okay, just don't do it again. Yeah, I can definitely see also he had a big magic wand, so that helps. That's 2 times for Secret that they are saving these massive stacks of magic wand and just kind of debating abilities with them, although Puppy okay.
Wow, we got the Helmet of the Overlorded Ice 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 in ult form as well. Looks like Puppy is possibly going to die first, but gets bounced to the other side. Finally goes down to that Fade Bolt. Now Funnick on the run. DNZ getting chased by this big, juicy dragon that looks like Goofy. Just can't get over the face of this
Would you
model.
say that it's
Absolutely
a big juicy
terrifying.
boy?
It is.
Okay.
Most likely. Swashbuckle from Funnick, and I think that's going to break things up. So surprisingly, not able to get any kills from Secret side, considering the Helm of the Overlord plus Lycan.
You know what? I feel like the dragon is really good for cutting creep waves, but it honestly, like how slow it takes for this guy to auto attack. It's really slow. You think it's going to be this big epic guy that runs into a fight and owns people, but kind of feels like when you get a golem or the dinosaur, it's quite a bit better for the actual fights.
Look at when he's attack. Like when he attacks, his wings have to go up.
Yeah.
Upward trajectory. That's a lot of effort. That's a lot of energy needed.
It's like a full body belch that he's doing.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great analogy.
Thank
actually.
you. It is definitely the best
tier 1
creep
tower
though.
is taken out.
It's the best creep for cutting waves for sure, and that's probably the most annoying thing about the Helm of the Overlord Lord on Lycan and Beastmaster.
Nisha has the full SNY now to go along with the Maelstrom that he opted to go for right off the bat. They have an idea that he's here. As the hookshot's going to miss, though, and Nisha just walks away. Oh, Rolling Thunder coming, but he still has his Blade Fury ready. So now they know that Rolling Thunder is down. Not that that's super long cooldown by any means.
Still, you know, Coolguys has a lead. I feel like given how the last few minutes of the game have gone, they probably feel like the situation is much worse than it is. Because obviously they can't see the gold lead like we can. But in a game like this, where you just kind of get outplayed for like 3 or 4 minutes, it always feels like, oh, they must have this big gold lead. But you know, in reality, they don't. The game is perfectly even. They can still absolutely take this game.
Yeah, they've only lost 2 towers. I feel like that is definitely an accomplishment of itself. But Thug getting destroyed, pops his ult finally into the overpower, trying to take out Puppey. That might be the consolation prize. Not even to get that. Deafening Blast prevents it. So dead right off the bat is the Ursa. Now Coolguys gonna lose their support Rubik as well. So unfortunate placement there from Thug. Ends up costing him his life. And you're right. It does feel, if you don't see the network lead, that this is snowballing in Secret's favor. And perhaps the big difference is, like I said, the tower discrepancy. They haven't really pushed that many towers, considering the kind of push power that they actually do have.
Yeah, now looking
that should change here.
Tier 2. They do keep the catapult alive, which they can now Alacrity if they feel like that's the play.
Yeah, Aegis is gone. Funnick and Rolling Thunder, but it's only going to connect on... Oh, it is Ice actually. Get the shield crash off as well. He's left to his own devices. Tempting to get out, but I mean, lucky shot on top of having no boots. Now that he's out of his ult form. Very sad indeed for him. Oh, but they do cog in this Black Dragon. He's going to have to find a new one.
There's no replacement.
And Nisha's killing the other dragon.
Yeah,
unacceptable.
You can't replace a pet like that. I find it quite offensive that you would even suggest that. You're going to have to apologize.
From the guy that eats pets, yeah.
Well, yeah, it should be illegal to not do that, in my opinion, but that's a different story.
Yep. I like how this meme has just continued from the Summit 8.
I stopped it. You bring it back all the time. I don't know why it offends you so
anytime
much.
I look at you, I just see a wild animal, so I can't really help it.
Okay,
no?
well, your cat is morbidly obese. I can tell you that much.
Oh, that's fine. Cats are great. Bottom lane, Thug. Maledict is on him. He has his Enrage off, already quite low. Takes a lot of damage.
Oh my god! Oh no, he's
dead.
down
Here. Is this enough? Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Thug, another very, very sad death. That is not how you want to go out as an Ursa.
So yeah, it looks like he got the Maledict on before the Ursa Enrage. Otherwise, I think that would have probably not killed him if it like ticked off, you know, quicker.
Yeah, the Sass Resist would have ticked away a while ago.
Man,
that's 2 deaths that just feel like wrong place, wrong time for Thug, and that's going to put him behind.
I saw that that Noob drew the line on the map after he died at that death top, like pointing for him to be there. That's where he should be farming. But
DNZ completely depleted of mana and brought down in quick succession. So Secret just getting little pick here, little pick there, and have grown the lead to 2K, which again at this stage isn't really that big. But they do have, feels like a lot of map control right now for Secret.
Yeah, they definitely do. I think if you're Coolguys, you're just, you know, clicking across your heroes and you're thinking like, okay, what item are we really close to? And it's not really anything huge. They already have all their like core items, Sanjin Kaya, Diffusal Blink. I suppose they're close to a Blink on Omar, but it's not the most impactful thing. It does feel like they are mentally shaken from the early game, and they probably could go make a move together, especially with the Aegis now being down.
Now Phonic trying to get another stun off on Nisha, but the quick fingers on the Blade Fury. They're going to try to turn this around again onto Thug. Beautiful Death Ward into the Omni Slash. He's going to tick out eventually. Puppey just creates a little bit of space between himself, and he does so. Double kill for him.
Double kill.
This Witch Doctor has been god tier, and he lives.
Yeah, he's fine. He's got the Essence Ring, he's got level 2 Voodoo. He's got the Fluffy Hat in the Force Staff. Honestly, if he didn't have raindrops for a couple of the commitments onto him earlier, I think that he probably ends up dying. It's one of those situations where, I don't know, Puppey just does this. He picks a hero, nobody really understands it in the draft, and then somehow it just has this amazing game. I mean, he's 8-4 on Witch Doctor. Look at the Force out 2 to start that on the Nyx stun. I mean, that was amazing. Yeah, he just tears apart the clockwork. Ursa, of course.
I mean, you weren't even in the Dota scene. You haven't been in the Dota scene that long, right? You're not old, disgusting man like me, but
wow,
he used to pick things like position 5 jungle Lycan. I mean, this is when jungle was a little bit more viable, obviously, but he picked like some crazy stuff back in the day. And not that Witch Doctor is that crazy, because it used to be good. It just hasn't been picked in a while, obviously. So that's why we're talking about it so much. It looks like Ice has found a replacement for his dragon, but this time it's a big, fat, juicy golem.
Yeah, that's
15% HP for everybody else.
The BAT on that guy is just so much better. It feels really nice. Also, the HP, of course, that's going to buff up Puppey even more, given that percentage HP. So he's going to be.
And he uppercuts as well, which it's like a nice morale boost for the team every time he does it.
Does he always uppercut, or does he sometimes throw in some sucker punches?
Well, let's see.
There?
I think it's, yeah, that's the overhand. So the uppercut is like a semi-rare. Oh, but he's going to get destroyed.
No.
That's what we're talking about. How embarrassing for him.
That's really pathetic.
I feel like the uppercut should do, even if it's like 5 more damage, it should do something more.
I think it should knock out the opponent hero.
Like into another dimension, like a little mini astral imprisonment. Yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah. Permanently.
Or I could pull a Mike Tyson and just bite your ear off or something like that, which actually does synergize pretty well with Lycan's lore.
It does.
Maybe not the ear specifically, but biting of different parts of the body.
It does make a lot of sense.
As Secret honestly have grown this to a 5K net worth lead. And looks like the creep now is just a regular centaur, so actually going to use some abilities here to try to CC. And this is for the potential Roach take here, which is now underway. 5-man smoke from Coolguys. They will have vision now thanks to this rocket flare. But will they be able to contest in time? Phonic looking for his ult as Ice has already popped his. Looks like they want to fight. And Coolguys disengaging a bit here, so nicely played from them. Just got to wait out the Ice ult, and it'll turn into likely a much better fight. And Rosh is at half HP, so Ursa can definitely take that down.
Yeah, without Lycan ult, I'm wondering if Secret wants to chance this. It looks like no, they don't. They're just going to kind of scout out Roche themselves, and probably with Lycan Wolves, and just, yeah, there's a wolf going to the Roche pit.
Oh, he's feeling it. He wants to go in, Jenkins. You can tell. He
does, yeah. Ursa, you know, the hero for sniping the old Roche. They have a gem? How do they see that? Oh, the sentry in the high ground, I see. Okay. So they know the wolves are scouting.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was just walking in to see if Secret was trying to, like...
It's going to be a tough take, as Nisha more than comfortable going now. He has his Aghanim Scepter, so Swift Slash is available. Bug. Yeah, there's a sentry here from Secret. And the one that was just placed by Coolguys gets taken out immediately. So Nyx perfectly happy now. Thug. Oh, he's going to get Slam from behind, the Omni Slash to start things out, into the Sunstrike, Deafening Blast, down goes Thug, no buyback. So the backstab from Secret is successful. As the fight continues, DNZ gets a nice hook shot off onto Sumail. The Sonic Wave is going to finish him off, so it's a 1-for-1. Noob's going to pick up the haste in the meantime. They might be able to chase here, as Yapster gets a nice spike carapace. It's going to stun out the Queen of Pain as Noob blinks into the enemy front line. He can continue here. Has that shard available to him. Is going to find a second kill. This time, it is on Nisha. So a huge turnaround despite losing Thug. Coolguys coming out ahead of this fight so far as Ice 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 wants to continue, though. He finds himself a kill. And you see the shard from Puppey. He is so rich, it's ridiculous. Funnick with his shard of his own gets bounced around left, right, and center. Gets off a nice shield crash. A lot of damage mitigation now as Noob completely out of mana, getting chased by the Wolf. Funnick trying to TP out, but a triple kill from Ice Ice Ice. A nice cancel with the cask as Noob has one more blink available. Gonna get impaled to start. And it's gonna continue to get mana drained here. So has to just waddle back to base. Very back and forth fight as Thug has just respawned of his own accord. And Roshan's still being contested. You can see the vision.
Dude, as that entire fight was going on, Puppey did the goofiest, like, wraparound solo play that I don't know. It's just seeing a Witch Doctor, like, waddle behind as this crazy fight is going on. And I sat there thinking, like, if I hadn't watched the early game, I would think nothing of this. I'd be like, what is this guy doing? But with Puppey, it's like, oh no, here he comes. Big cask. Because he's actually been popping off.
He's scary.
Like, he's the true carry in this game. You can even see Ice 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 gave the Wolf Bite to Yapstor.
Oh my god. Impale from the low ground into the Death War. Puppey, another freaking kill. He has 9 and 8 assists to go along with it, as Roshan will be taken finally by Team Secret.
The first
Nisha,
item
I would assume, takes this shard here.
Let's see, Juggernaut maybe? Probably. Who takes it?
I would hope so.
Yeah, Jug takes it.
Yeah.
He got it.
Break down that replay, Jenkins.
Look at him.
Break down
He's so
Puppey's facial expression.
He's feeling himself, I can tell you. He is so happy. He didn't have to buy salves this game. He gets to basically play carry from the 5 position. He can blame his team if they lose the game for him, but he gets to also carry. This is a perfect life for Puppey. You know, I watched the fountain hooking replay the other day, and I watched Puppey play a Chen carry from the jungle.
Oh my god.
Same thing.
You got to hold that thought, as this is an infinite cask onto Thug because of the freaking creep there. As Funnick trying to create a little bit of space. Will they kill Puppey? He gets off the Essence Ring. Finally, they bring down that big, bad, juicy Witch Doctor.
4x kill streak.
500 gold for killing up position 5. All right, continue with the Pudge Hook. I'm guessing you're talking about the old global Pudge Hook.
You know, I expected to go back in time and think like, oh man, you know, Dota players back then, like if only they knew what we knew now. But watching Puppey in particular, it really felt like he was super ahead of his time. I mean, I looked at it, I was like, looks like modern Puppey gameplay. The guy has just always been so goddamn good at Dota. Like his Chen micro was insane. It's like the standards of today, the Chen micro he was doing back then, I think Cinder was talking about it on the panel, the micro that he did back then is as good as micro these days, where you have all these better hotkeys and settings and people have better understanding of it. He was still that good back then.
Now you have the Brood script.
You do? Yes, the script. Don't call it that. You're going to get him banned. It wasn't a script.
Well, they officially put it in the game.
Yes,
so
they officially put the scripting in the game.
I mean, I guess it was technically it wasn't a command. It was something in a text file. It was like a config thing, right?
They should make Armlet toggle itself.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, they actually had macros back in the day for that.
No, I know. That's
illegal.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh.
Of course, that was when Armlet... Oh, Thug might get caught out here. Impale's going to connect. Ice Ice Ice. Oh, going to dodge that hook shot by just running forward. It looks like this Tier 1 tower is likely going to fall. They're going to get the freebie fortification. Funnick, again, it feels like...
Double damage, Nisha.
Oh my god. Swift Slash. Could have committed the Omni Slash. Probably gotten a kill there, but saving it for a rainy day.
Yeah, he didn't want it to get
Tier 1 tower's dead.
He didn't want it to get swashbuckled. He's like, okay, if I can get an easy kill with Swift Slash, maybe if you get 2 or 3 crits in a row, maybe that results in a kill with the DD. I don't know if he crit, but... Good try.
Did you play Dota when Armlet, when you activated it was instant?
Yes,
HP?
I did. Yes, I did.
Okay.
And,
Those are some hype video. Oh, Yapzor gets dusted from the high ground as Thug looks to be getting a kill here. Well, no, it'll actually go to DNZ instead. And it's going to cost him his life, as Nisha is a wolf now. So wolf-bitten Juggernaut. Very scary indeed, because he's chasing Noob now. But doesn't really have a basher or anything like that, so should be fine. One would think he's fine, yes. Still a minute and a half to go on this Aegis. This is Aegis number 2, so Secret, I mean, with that, typically Aegis number 2, you want to try to at least poke high ground. With a 10K lead, do you think they're comfortable enough to do that?
It's, you know, it's one of those things that I don't... You can, because you have Juggernaut, right? You have the Healing Ward, you have Lycan Summons. These things can kind of, like, non-committally poke. You also have Alacrity from Invoker. So, yeah, I think you can go for that. But you just don't necessarily have to if you have the ability to run around the map and kill people and just choke them out, because, like, no matter how good your late game is versus the enemy team, unless it's really bad, generally, if you just oppress and control the map, you're going to win late game just by virtue of having items. There's not really, like, a max slots you can get in Dota anymore, at least not by, you know, 60 minutes. There's all Moon Shards, Aghanim's consumables, Aghanim Shards. You can always get stronger.
Oh. Noob forced to use that BKB. He's going to be scouted by the Sunstrike. Gets off the Sonic Wave. Deathward from below into the Sheep from Sumail. And down goes Noob. Well, he will eventually go down, surely. And he does. Just a little bit delayed. 80 seconds, no buyback.
Huh.
Secret looking primed and ready to potentially go high ground. But Aegis is running out in 10 seconds.
I had a thought. What if this Witch Doctor Maledict is the counter to the new Queen of Pain? Because she jumps in and usually takes a ton of damage and then blinks out, and she's just this in and out hero. And I feel like she's always at like 20, 30% HP. If you get that low and you're that tanky against Maledict, you just die.
Yeah, that's an interesting theory craft, as Centaur is going to successfully get off the hoof stomp. And down goes Funnick. No buyback for him. Buyback is now available for the Queen of Pain, though. But it'll still be a... Oh, they did get the nick, so 4v4. As backdoor protection kicks in, and a Centaur will die.
Wait for the Healing Ward, back off, drop it, a bit out of range.
Yeah, and now
Alacrity.
Full Scotty on Nisha as he's going to get Alacrity from afar. Ice is 100 away from AC. So things are really coming together for Secret right now. As they're going to get the Tornado onto Thug. He's going to have to overpower it at safety. DNZ will have to hookshot a teammate. That's never a good sign, especially when you're within your own base. So full set of racks for Secret.
Yeah, Nisha was just kind of... I mean, I don't know if this was intentional, but his team used the... I think it probably was, actually. It probably was, considering that his team just, like, stayed back and took the racks, and he just kind of runs in and does that distraction play. Probably he's hoping that he can get a kill on the Clockwork there, but, like, he forced Thug to go on him. They're actually not even backing here. There's a fake back. They have the Sheep. Oh, missed.
Oh.
It happened.
Well, that range creep got destroyed.
Yeah. That was a ranged pig for a moment there.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
It does. It does. In my opinion, you're right.
Thank you.
Okay.
In my opinion, your opinion is correct.
Oh. Don't mind if I do. Puppy
So
almost
Puppy now has Aether
Eon.
Lens, by the way, along with that Force Staff and Shard.
Oh, Eon is actually coming.
Like
He's got
for the Eon Disc. Yeah, he's so formidable. Oh, Nisha taking a lot of damage. Gets off the Healing Ward from afar, though. And with that Death Ward going off very nicely from extremely far range as Noob gets taken out very easily. So 80 seconds on the deck, no buyback to speak of. Thug pops his BKB, focusing on Sumail for now. Does he have vision? Negative. As now the BKB has gone away. So there's the Sheep into the Cold Snap, into a swift death for your Juicy Bear. And it looks like this is the beginning of the end for game one between Coolguys and Secret. Although Sunstrike misses, Funnick. Looks like he'll get the TP off successfully. But Secret can easily just go for a second set of racks here with 2 cores dead for a full minute.
Yeah, Sumail's Wolf.
That's going to be even faster with the AC.
Oh, yeah. They got big damage. Nisha's hitting for 400 a hit with some of the best BAT in the game.
Oh yeah, goes in for that Blade Fury with that good old shard. Not enough to get the kill though. Swift Slash would have been enough probably, but wants to go out in style here. They're just gonna go for the throne the old-fashioned way, right down the middle. And I don't think there's anything Coolguys can do about this. So Secret looking prime and ready to take game 1 of this best of 3. And of course, Coolguys have to win this series to have even a remote chance of not getting relegated. Whereas Secret have kind of, if they win this, they've kind of just secured themselves middle of the pack.
I think
But
Secret
they take this quite convincingly.
they could maybe be in a tiebreak scenario. I don't know. Things would have to go like perfectly